Hey Hookster, wakey wakey, it's time for another F1 car launch.
What? Bugger off. Bugger off now.
No, but this one's great. It's Aston Martin.
Wait, Aston Martin, you say? Oh my god, bloody hell, I better tidy myself up a little bit.
Hello everyone and welcome to Aston Martin. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks, and wow, what a week it's been for F1 car launches. Now I could have done a separate video for every single car if I wanted to sponge off the views. But I couldn't be bothered, so we're going to have a roundup of all the car launches that we've had so far this week. I also love how all the big F1 YouTubers have been redesigning the liveries, which is pretty pointless really because they're never going to get used, are they? But you know, let's sponge off some more views. It's a bit like me saying, well, hang on now lads, hang on, this is how I think World War II should have gone. Yes, should have gone. Anyway, enough of my rambling, let's get on with the car launches. Now this week we had, of course, Mercedes. Yes, let's have a look at that one then. Oh, yes, that looks like a mess, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, that definitely looks like a 4-year-old's done that using crayons. Yes, and they just said, yeah, just slap it on there, slap it on. What the hell is all the AMG logos at the back? What does that mean? I've no idea. But yeah, that looks great. Well done, Mercedes. They're really pushing forward the AMG sponsorship this year, aren't they? Yes. The car looks pretty meh, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the livery. Not a fan. Let me know what you think in the comments. But no, that just doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me at all. Anyway, we move on to the next one, of course, which is Alpine. And yes, we've finally got a car with a different coloured livery on it. Fantastic. Let's have a look at the Alpine then. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent. I have to say, pretty decent. I do like the blue. That's very nice indeed, yes. And I like the way it sort of sweeps off to the back with the little bit of red and the white as well. And yeah, I think they've made a good effort with that. I'm very, very sad, though, that they've lost the Renault Yellow, to be honest. Yes, it's a car that I use myself in league races and had done for several years now. And of course, that's now going to be gone. So we're going to have to be blue and white and red. Oh, red, white and blue. Fantastic. I just realised. Well done, Dave. Well done indeed. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. I have to say, I like we've got the Castrol and Edge on the side there. We've got E-Tech as well. Alpine, of course, the main name on the side pod there as well. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that one, I have to say. Okay, so now we move on to the main event. Yes, it's time for a Jaguar. No, not Jaguar. Sorry. Aston Martin. But before we show you that livery, I've got to show you this livery because nothing is going to beat this livery whatsoever. It is, of course, the Jaguar. Yep. Come on. Come at me. That's the best livery of British racing green ever on the planet. That's the 2004 Jaguar. Unfortunately, though, I did prefer the 2000 livery of the Jaguar because it was more green, but that's still a very decent livery indeed. A very decent livery, yes. So here we go then. Let's have a look at the brand new, the spanking fresh off the factory floor Aston Martin for 2021. Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, that looks pretty decent. I like it. The Hookster approves very much indeed. Looks like we've got some now. I've heard on Twitter that people are saying it's got pink in it. Now, unfortunately, I am colourblind, so if they're talking about that stripe, that looks red to me. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, then there's no pink in the car at all. Oh dear, we've still got BWT as a sponsor. I thought they'd gone. No, they're still there, just on the side pod of the car there, so they're still a sponsor, but that's probably why we got the pink or the red as far as I'm concerned, because as far as I can see, that's definitely red. Yes, if that's pink, then well done, but yeah. No, I have to say, it looks pretty decent. Let's have a look and see if it's sort of still a carbon copy of last year's Mercedes, shall we? I think it's time for me to use my PhD in home economics and put ourselves to the test here and see how much the car has changed from last year's pink car. Yes, pink car. So, everybody, pay attention now. Oh, fuck, that hurt. Ow. And we will look at the finer details of the Aston Martin car. So just looking at the front wings to start with, we can see that there is definitely a 2% more curvage into the front wing end flaps. Can you see that? Yes, definitely a... No. Looks exactly the same as last year's car, to be honest. I'm not into aerodynamics. I haven't got a degree, so I haven't got a clue. To me, it looks like an F1 car. What do you reckon? Yeah. It's got lots of aero bits on the sort of side pods there. You see that? Look, it's like a construction yard full of aero bits on the side of the car. Just look at how many different sort of wing angles and... Oh, my goodness. I've just noticed that. Has the Mercedes got that as well? Yes, it has. Wow. And the Alpine? The Alpine's sort of got that many, but just look at the amount of construction there is on the side of that Aston Martin. It's unbelievable. Obviously, this is the last year for the regulations, so the engineers have really eked out as much as they can out of these cars because, of course, from next year they are going to change radically. But yeah, I can't believe how many bits are on the side pods of the Aston Martin. But apart from that, it does look a very nice car. I have to say though, it seems to have retained the front nose of last year's Mercedes. So still copying the homework, are they? But yeah, it's a pretty decent car. Is that British racing green? I can't tell, of course, with the colour blindness. As far as I know, it is. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. This is the livery that I was really looking forward to. The cars that are coming up later in the week or next week, I think, I'm really not interested in. We've got the Haas and a few others. But, you know, this was the one that I was waiting for, the Aston Martin livery. And I have to say, it looks very decent indeed. Now, let's hope that they don't do a Jaguar on us and come out of the box fighting like crazy and end up being pretty much down the back of the field by about, what was it, 2004, wasn't it? Yes, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But of course, they've got the Aston Martin name now, so hopefully they will do well in this year's championship. Of course, we've got Lance Stroll, and now we've got Sebastian Vettel. Yes, my fellow Baldy is now in the Aston Martin team. But in reality, how do I think they're going to do? Well, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a year of failure. Yes, I think it's going to be a year of failure. I think they're going to be sort of 6th or 7th, sort of in the running order, in the finishing order, and possibly in the championship as well. I think that's what we're going to have to expect from Aston Martin. Of course, I just can't see that they're going to have that sort of push forward that some of the other teams have had, and they're going to end up at the front of the grid. I can't see that at all, to be honest. Not when you've got still the dominance of Mercedes, with good old Lulu, of course. Sir Lulu, right at the front of the grid. And of course you've got Red Bull, of course, which I mean their livery is going to be radically different this year, isn't it? No. No, it's not. No. I'd hate to be the livery designer at Red Bull. Oh God. Day one livery designer Red Bull. Yeah. Make that bit a little bit more pointy. Yeah. Okay. Livery's done. Thank you. Oh, it's been approved. Oh, good. That's it. As the new Red Bull livery. Oh, what a job that must be. What a job that must be. That poor designer or whoever it is, I'm not sure. I mean, it could be a lady, so let's not discriminate here. But yeah, what a job that is for Red Bull. But anyway, getting back to the Aston Martin, I have to say I quite like it indeed. It's quite possibly the best livery to come out. I'm not so sure though. I do like that Alpine, but it could be just the way that it's all shiny. Yes, shiny things really do impress me, has to be said. So yeah, it could be just the shininess of the Alpine. But between the Alpine and the Aston Martin, I have to say these are probably the best two liveries that have been released so far. We can forget the Mercedes, yes, because it's just boring now. Yes, it's boring. Just move on now, Mercedes. Move on. Yes, you've had your chance. You've had your chance. Just go away now and come back with a better livery than that. So yeah, I have to say that the Aston Martin is quite possibly the best one so far. They've got a sponsor called Cognizant, of course, and they are selling sort of over jumpers or whatever you want to call it on their website for £350. Yes, £350. Bargain. And for anyone who's in America who's watching, I have converted it into dollars. That's $485 for basically a hoodie. Yes, a hoodie. You imagine if you went to a race meeting. Yeah, you imagine if you went to a race meeting and you know, any other sort of hoodie you were wearing, you sort of left it on the seat and you walked off and you went, oh God, I forgot my jacket. Oh shit. Oh well, never mind. I'll just have to go and buy a new one, won't I? You imagine leaving a $485 jacket on the seat and walking away from it. I mean, you'd be mortified, wouldn't you? Unbelievable. But who's going to buy it? Someone's going to, obviously, because, you know, some people have got more money than they have got sense. But there you go. Anyway, that's the Aston Martin, and that's enough waffling for me. Thanks everyone for watching. Let me know in the comments section of what you think of all the new liveries of the cars so far, and who do you think is going to do well in this season, not including Lulu and Valtteri Bottas. Do you think that Aston Martin are going to be, I don't know, the second team behind Mercedes in the championship for 2021? Or is it going to be Alpine? Are they going to be up there as well? It's all up in the air at the moment. Who is going to be up there in terms of performance? But in terms of looks, I definitely think that the Aston Martin has got it so far. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. This has been a look back at some of the liveries of this week's car launches for F1. Of course, the season starts at the end of March. It would have been in just over a week's time in Australia, but unfortunately that has been cancelled and moved all the way back to November, which will be okay. It'll be okay because they'll be going into summer, or just the start of spring really, in Australia, so it won't be too bad for that race. But yeah, I've no idea whether we are going to have a 23 race calendar this year. They are saying we are, but apparently at the moment there's a certain country that begins with the initials SA that are currently firing missiles at each other. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, to be honest. So I don't think we're going to get 23. We may end up with, I don't know, 20 races this year. Maybe 20, maybe 21, possibly 22. But I'd say 20 is a surefire bet. As for some of the others, of course, we might get some COVID flares up, so we might have to cancel some more races. But I would say 20 races are definitely on the calendar for this year for certain. Anyway, this is the last year for Formula 1, with the cars looking how they look now. So savour the moment, everyone, because next year the cars will all look radically different. And that will be the end, as far as I'm concerned, as to the traditional F1 car look. Yes, it's all going futuristic and Tron looking for next year. So yes, savour the memories, everyone, of the last days of the familiar looking Formula 1 car. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.